Welcome to Real Talk with Coach Sherri. I am here today to give you some of the valuable nuggets that were shared on my show, Season 1, Episode 16, where I had a special guest, Brandis Raleigh-Ross. Brandis plays basketball internationally as well as puts on an international basketball camp for men here in North Carolina, where they are seen by scouts from all different types of countries, from Russia to Germany, Spain, Italy, France. He also is a mentor to many players, and he shared three valuable nuggets that I really want you to capture. So I encourage you to get your pen and paper ready so that you can take down these nuggets. So the first is to have a resume. Brandis encourages all of his clients as well as players that he mentors to have a updated resume. Resumes are very important. It is your professional snapshot. I know this as a career coach how important a resume is. It speaks volumes. And oftentimes people think maybe their career path isn't as dynamic or is not a necessary tool to have because it's not traditional, it's not corporate or education, but every profession needs a resume. A resume, some of my clients I know will say, "Oh, but Coach Sherri, I don't really have a lot of information to put onto a resume, I haven't done a lot. I haven't done anything." If they're just coming out of school, they may say. But what I always say, you always have something to put on your resume. Everyone is dynamic. Everyone has done something that has built their skill set. Even if it's a volunteer experience that you've had, a leadership role that you've held when you were part of an organization, an internship, an apprenticeship, something that you have contributed that made something better, put that on your resume. Your resume is very important, and for athletes, it's important because when you encounter an agent that you possibly may work with, or a manager of a team, an owner of a team, you want to have your professional resume available. They want to know who you are not only on the court, but they want to know who you are off the court because they want to make sure that you are setting yourself up for success, not only for the here and now, but also for the life after. And when I say life after, I mean the life after that particular career, especially in sports. What is your goal for the life after? What I really, really admired about Brandis is that he is doing so many things while he is actually living his dream. He has been playing international basketball for the past 5 years, and has an exceptional career over there. But in the meantime, he still is able to do things like having his international men's basketball camp once a year, as well as he's the owner of Immaculate Training, where he trains players on the court as well as off the court. On the court, he helps them with their skill set, with, their dribbling, their shooting, their technique. Off the court, he's helping them with their soft skills, which resonates with me as a career coach because I know that 9 out of 10 people do not get the job because of their lack of soft skills. So soft skills are very, very important. And that's where the resume comes in. And that's where this other piece comes in, which is networking. And Brandis does an amazing job at networking. After a game, when you're slapping hands saying good game, good game, well, he's also giving them his business cards. He's meeting players from all over the world, and he's letting them know about his international camp that he holds yearly here in Charlotte, well, right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's also meeting those coaches and scouts and front office people for all those different teams. And that's how he's able to have different scouts from all over the world to come to his camps because he's networking with them. He's letting them know who he is, what he's all about, how he can assist them, how they can work together and collaborate. That's what networking is all about. Your elevator speech. Everyone needs to have one, so that when you go into those situations and you have those opportunities, you can clearly state who you are, what you do, how you can help, what you need. So that is very important. His third tip was a passport. A passport? Yes, and it's not about vacations all the time. We are a very global society right now. And especially for athletes that are considering going international, they must have a valid passport. They don't want to be next because they don't have a passport, the right proper documentation to be able to travel to another country in on a whim. They may get a call and are told, you know what, you need to come next week. We need to see you at our facility. But if they don't have a valid passport, they won't be able to, and they will be next. Next means the next person behind them is going to get that opportunity. So we don't want to be in that situation. We are a global society, like I said. So even if you find yourself working in an office in New York, Chicago, LA, any major city, any small town, your company may have affiliates in another country. And it may be a possibility that you will have to travel to those other countries to conduct business. So you will have to have a valid passport as well. I know many colleges and universities are now encouraging and are making it mandatory for freshmen to have a valid passport so that they can do exchange programs, so they can take advantage of all the things that will make them better candidates once they graduate, to have those experiences. So the three tips that I took and the three nuggets that I took from Brandis when I had the conversation with him on my show a few weeks ago was to, number one, have your resume, have it updated and professional. Number two, networking is very important. It's not just for you, but it's for what you can do for others. And number three, your passport. Make sure that is valid and that you are able to use it to travel when you need to, so that you will never be next. I hope that you will tune in to talktomesportsradio.com on Sundays from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to join me in conversations. It's Real Talk with Coach Sherri, and that's what it is. If you would like to join the conversation or just listen by telephone, feel free to call in at 646-716-5245. That's 646-716-5245. Until we meet again, this is Coach Sherri, and I really enjoyed this opportunity to share these valuable nuggets.